This video was produced by The Top Cut. Be sure to check out thetopcut.net, your home for Pokemon TCG, tournament coverage, professional game analysis, and interviews with the best players in the world. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, this is Pram, and I'm back with a top 8 match from Virginia States. On our right we have Curran Hill, and on our left we have Stephon Robinson. This is, I don't really know exactly what matchup this is. I do know Curran is running Terrakion, so we'll see. Oh, there's a Zekrom, so it is probably Zekrom Eels versus Terrakion. You may recall this matchup from round 6 of Virginia State's. You can refer back to our previous YouTube videos for that. But yeah, this is a pretty good matchup for Terrakion. It is a fighting type against a lot of lightning Pokemon. So, let's see. We see here Stephon gets to go first in game 1. And he does an outrage for 20. This is actually really good because Curran can't do anything for 2 turns, because he doesn't do anything turn 1, and his turn 2 is a retaliate for 60. Not too strong. However, Stephon unfortunately does not get any Eelektrik out, or any Dynamos out, nor does he play a supporter. So this signals to Curran that, hey, if I can live past this one Zekrom, I'm probably going to win the game. You know, it's interesting that on how this matchup works. You really just, as the Zekrom Eel player, you're really just trying to prevent energy from sticking on Curran's board, on the Terrakion board. And as Terrakion, you're really just kind of the robot going, yeah, retaliate, knockout, land crush, knockout, deal with it. Okay. So we do see an energy to the active and pass, and Stephon, I think he drew an N, but he plays Collector. I don't know what that's about. You know, yeah, I'm just kind of puzzled. If he had done that last turn, then he would have been in much better shape. I don't really know what he was worried about, or if he has some kind of game plan going into this matchup. Not really sure. Now, let's see. Oh, drop some cards. Anyways, so he goes for 2 Dynamos and Mewtwo. Mewtwo is actually really important in this matchup. It's the one thing in the deck that doesn't get one-shotted by Terrakion. However, 2 Land Crushes later, or I'll retaliate Land Crush later, or even 2 retaliates, they all equal 90. And that Mewtwo gets 2-shotted for 2 prizes, so it's effectively one attack per 1 prize. So it's not too bad for Terrakion to knock out. I am confused on why he is not attacking with, or rather, why he's not dropping Dynamos. I understand he wants to prevent snipe offs with Catcher and Retaliate, right? But your deck doesn't function without them. You're not gonna win this race against Terrakion if you go this route, because his deck's designed to go 1 energy at a turn, and you're in the Eelektrik deck. It's kind of the opposite. It goes, I'm gonna play a lot of energies all throughout my turns and try and keep up. So we do see Stephon Robinson's name coming up. And we see a energy attach and a Professor Oak from Curran. Nothing too exciting. You know, okay, that name's... I'm going to have a stern talking to whoever was in control of this. I, unfortunately, was playing a match at the time of this recording. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll try to go back to the game. And okay, so Curran is in pretty decent shape. He just goes for a retaliate, tries to get some damage. He actually doesn't mind if his active gets knocked out because of that EXP all on the bench, and that's kind of how this deck works. It kind of just cycles through energy over and over to the point where he has so many energies on the board because of EXP all that everything else becomes irrelevant. This is kind of a tough choice. I might be inclined to get rid of Eelektrik there, just going based on his game plan of I am not going to drop Dynamo. I'm just going to go aggro beatdown with the energies that I got. So we now see that a plus power, and that's going to be enough for a knockout with an outrage, because Zekrom has 60 on it, and he's done 2 more outrages for 40 or 20 each. So, yep, that works out perfectly. However, we are going to see a retaliate this turn for the first time in the game. Oh, and a revive. So, and another EXP all. Okay, so Curran's deck's working pretty well. You know, I really don't understand why he's not dropping Dynamos. It's really the backbone of the deck. You can get a lot of Pokemon out, and you can attack with a big Mewtwo's. You can get a Zekrom out of nowhere, start one-shotting things. You're really just trying to you're really just trying to keep the trade-off going pretty well on your side as a Zekrom Eel player. If you can get the first prize and then just prize trade the rest of the game, then you're in good shape. So we see a bunch. Okay, so there's a loss remover, and that's going to be huge. This is why you need Eelektrik on the board, because of those loss removers. Now, what does he have? What does Stephon have? He has a Mewtwo with nothing on it. DCE maxes out at 80 damage, not too impressive. And he has... That's it, that's all he has on his board. While Curran, he has 2 Terrakions, EXP all around, and a bunch of energies on the field, and a bunch of them in his hand. So it's going to be tough to take him down. Not sure what's going to happen. I mean, I'd imagine X-Ball for 80, but, yep, there it is. So, yeah, the best thing Curran can do is just Land Crush here, and then just go, hey, I'm going to retaliate you next turn, and that'll be game. So he gets rid of the Black Belt. Black Belt's actually a cute card in the deck. If you go like retaliate with Black Belt and 3+ powers, that's a one-shot on Mewtwo. Oh, and yeah, we even see a second loss remover. So Stephon's already down 3 double colorless energies. There's only 1 left in the deck. It's going to be really hard for him to come back from this game. He had everything kind of going right for him. He had a turn 1 Zekrom, which is okay. And I think he had a turn 1 Collector that he opted not to use. And now we've come down to this, where Terrakion just goes, hey, get retaliated, get land crushed. And, yep, here we are. So, we do see an N, and, yeah, this is an N for 5, which may seem like a lot, but that Mewtwo is going to have 90 damage on it, and it's only going to take 90 more, or 80 more damage to knock it out. We do see a catcher. However, Curran does play like 3 switches, so unless he whiffs on switch, then this shouldn't be too big of an issue. Worst case scenario, he can just start building that one up 2 turns later. Gets out a retaliate or something. Okay, so Stephon also plays revive. That's pretty interesting. Most players opt for Super Rod. I wonder if he plays both. And yeah, okay, so he's completely abandoning Mewtwo. It almost looks like going for the Zekrom. And yeah, I'm trying to think of ways for Stephon to come back in this game, and it's looking pretty narrow. Losing those 3 DCEs is actually really, really tough. He really needs to get those Dynamos out now. I don't think he has any other choice other than just get a bunch of Eelektrik out and just start going for like massive one shots, and just hoping Curran can't keep up with them. What a gross hand for Stephon. That was 4 energies and an Eelektrik. Yeah, that I don't think it can get much worse than that. So we see a heavy ball. That's one of those cards that is really making a breakout appearance in this deck. You know, heavy ball. No one really took it seriously when it came out. It was like, it came out, what are you going to use it for? I guess Embor. But Curran Hill, he's found a way to really abuse heavy ball with this Terrakion deck. So, we see an energy to the active. Will we see a switch? I don't think he has it. Well, it's okay. He can just pass and... Yep. Stephon draws a junk arm. Which actually would be really good if he had Dynamos or Eelektrik on the bench, which unfortunately is not the case. So what can Stephon do here? Well, he's going for another attachment on the Zekrom. I kind of would have liked to see it on Mewtwo, give him the chance to X-Ball, maybe? Like, catch your X-Ball. That would have been nice. At least get a prize out of your Mewtwo before it gets one-shotted or gets land crushed again. But, yep, we're just going to see it retaliate for 30. And up, there's a Dynamo. He really has to play it down now. Okay. So, let's see. He finally powers up that Zekrom. And he passes. So, if Curran has a catcher and an energy, then this game could be over. Oh, there's a catcher. Oh, he gets Dynamo. Okay, so Curran's going, you know what, nothing's really that much of a threat on your board. Zekrom's not really a threat. I'm just gonna keep you off your energy acceleration, and also speaking for the fact that I don't have a third energy also helped in my decision. So, yeah. A Thunderous, we see a Thunderous coming off the draw for Stephon. Not really helpful here. He really needs the, I would guess, plus power Bolt Strike would probably be his most optimal move. Yeah. Just get rid of Thunderous, and yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, he's going for catcher. So I guess you go for I guess here you go for Outrage and then a Bolt Strike next turn. Okay, not too bad. On Curran's board, he's really gonna need that switch here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say, guys. We're really just kind of watching the inevitable. You're just watching Curran going, okay, I have a bunch of Terrakions fully powered. And now I'm just trying to get my Terrakion out of the active spot and then eventually just roll you over. But we see a Pokegear coming out, and it hits a Copycat. That's an interesting card. I'm actually not too fond of Copycat. It's decent early game, but then so would Pont. And late game, you're just going to get like 2-3 cards. So I don't actually like Copycat in this format. You know, if it's actually really good if hands get like more than the 7-card mark. But until that happens, it's not too hot. So we see another collector. Yeah, it would have been okay if he had kept those Eeletriks, but he keeps discarding them. I don't know if that's optimal. I don't think it is. I think I much prefer the just plain normal, not trying to do anything too fancy. Because if you're just trying to beat them at their own game, then they're just gonna roll over you because they have the more efficient deck. So you really need to play towards Eeletrik's strengths, which is just getting a lot of energy into this card, putting them on the field, and attacking with overpowered attacks. But we're just going to see another Outrage. I'm not really sure why he didn't Bolt Strike here. I guess he's just trying to set up, but he really needs prizes. This game is just kind of... This is going pretty simple. Okay, so We're just waiting on another outrage. Yep. Just waiting for someone to pull the trigger with a knockout. Curran, I think he'll pull it as soon as he either draws a switch or a fighting energy or something along those lines, because I don't really see a reason why he would wait for this situation. And Stephon, I guess he's just trying to go back to the standard setup, but with 2 Eelektриks in the discard, it might be very difficult for him to do that unless he plays Super Rod. So we see all 4 Terrakions hit the board, and we see a catcher for a Mewtwo. So Curran's looking to go for the throat here. He's copycatting for 2, and he's just going, yep, you know what? It doesn't matter if you knock this guy out. I don't really care. I have EXP alls everywhere, and I am just going to retaliate you no matter what you do. And then that'll be it. That'll be game. So we just see a copycat, and this is kind of the reasons why I don't like copycat. He's only going to draw like 2 cards here. Yep. Nothing much you can do with 2 cards, and he just passes. But we do see Stephon draw his 4th DCE. And what do you do here if you're Stephon? You see the Terrakion on the active spot with 60 damage on it, and it has an energy, so you can attach DCE, knock it out, and then what? You get retaliated. Not too bad, as long as you have a response to those retaliates, because you only have 2 more prizes after that to play around with. You might want to, yeah, he's going to retreat for Zekrom, and he's just going to outrage again. I don't really understand why he's giving Curran so much time. Maybe he's really just got to gamble that his prizes are going to pull him through. He really needs to start taking prizes here. You know, I don't really see the point in preventing just doing damage when maybe if he maybe he just knows something we don't. I suppose Curran and a couple Prism energies would do the job, and that's why he's outraging like this. Maybe... Yep, I actually just don't know. So we see another copycat. So Curran clearly went pretty heavy on those cards, expecting hands to get pretty ridiculous. However, that expectation is sorely let down. And yeah, we'll just see another copycat for 2. So what could Curran do here? Well, let's see. He really just needs switch. He got a fighting energy and a... Is that plus power? Can't tell. Yep, there's a retaliate. Yeah, and Curran just doesn't care on that Terrakion. He's already up on prizes. So he's just like, yep, come bring it. I'm going to retaliate all day. So we see Stephon. Yep, Dynamotor to the Thunderous. It's an okay move. I don't really disapprove. And then he's finally Bolt Strikes. No. That was an outrage. I'm sorry. Finally outrages. Okay, so now he's staring down 2 more Terrakions, fully powered. And, you know, that other Terrakion went to Curran's hand. So Stephon's going to have to go take down 4 more Terrakions to win this game. I hope he drew something pretty well off his prize. Okay, so there was a Land Crusher Retaliate. Really, it doesn't really matter which one it was. And a Sage. Okay, so not sure what you get here. He probably discard Dynamo. He's getting rid of Collector, Dynamo, and Junk Arm. So the other 2 cards must have been pretty good. Didn't really catch it in time. Oh, I think it was just 2 more Junk Arms. Wow, that was a kind of insane Sage. So what do you do here if you're Stephon? I suppose Mewtwo DCE plus power with Dynamotor onto Mewtwo would be the best choice, and then just hope for N. Hope you draw N him away, and then maybe come out on top. You can't. You completely lose the Mewtwo option after this turn because Curran's just going to go down to 2 prizes, and then, well, no matter what you do, Retaliate knocks you out. So he's gonna Junk Arm, gets rid of Thunderous, and what other card? Probably the Lightning Energy. I don't really see that coming. Gets rid of another Junk Arm for a catcher. Okay, so he's just going for a Disaster Bolt here. This isn't too bad as long as you can draw an N with this. I think that's like his only out, just going N and then Mewtwo and just hope this works out. Curran though looks like he has all the answers. Draws a bunch of loss removers. Wow, he could have removed maybe 2 more energy. Yeah. That's quite a bit. So we see Stephon draw Zekrom EX, not the end that he wanted. And yeah. So yep, and Stephon scoops it up. There was really, I guess the only chance he had was probably another Mewtwo and N, and then just hope for the best, really. That's probably his only out at that point. Would have liked to see some maybe earlier aggression and just going, okay, my prizes are going to pull me out of this game because I can't sit here forever and let you set up. But, that's the first time anyone's really seen this deck before. So, yeah, congratulations, Curran, for winning Game 1. And we're off to Game 2.